Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our mindset, my friends. We are broadcasting live to YouTube channel and also my LinkedIn channel. So if you want to join us on Clubhouse, join our mindset room. And for all the amazing people that I see here on Clubhouse, welcome. Good morning, everyone. I'm absolutely thrilled to be here with you today, and I want to share with you my journey and how adopting a few simple morning habits transformed my life and my business. But first, let me ask you a question. How many of you are morning people? I really want to know how many of you are morning people. Let me know in the chat. Type 1 if you are, and 2 if you are not. Let me know. And meanwhile, let's ping people in. Let's invite people to join us here today. Let's make this a huge motivational room. Christina, 1, perfect. You are a morning person. All right, I see a mix of early birds and night owls. So whether you love mornings or dread them, I'm here to tell you that making a few changes to your morning routine can unlock your full potential. So a few years ago, I was just like many of you. I struggled with mornings. Hitting the snooze button, it was my favorite hobby. And I barely had time to grab a coffee before rushing out the door. And my business was doing okay, but I felt like I was constantly playing catch up. And then something changed. I came across the idea that how you start your day sets the tone for the rest of the day. And I decided to experiment with mornings, incorporating practices that would help me start the day with intention and with focus, because it's really important. And I was skeptical, but I thought, well, why not give it a try? What did I have to lose, right? So in life, this is what we really need to do. Let's change old habits. Let's transform our life one thought at a time. So let me walk you through the morning routine that changed my life. I began my mornings with 5 minutes of meditation, just 5 minutes of sitting quietly, focusing on my breath. It was, though, as if nothing was calling me to get out of bed. It was tough at first, but my mind started wandering and I'd start thinking about my to-do list. But with practice, these few minutes of silence helped me to start my day with a clear mind and reduced stress. And next, I wrote down positive affirmations, statements like, I am a successful CEO and I'm capable of achieving my goals. And it felt a bit awkward at first, but over time, these affirmations started to shape my mindset. I began to believe in my own potential and I started visualizing. Visualization was a game changer. I would close my eyes, imagine my day going perfectly. I pictured successful meetings, productive work, positive interactions with my team. And this mental clarity, this mental rehearsal helped me approach each day with confidence. And now I'm not a fitness fanatic, but I start my day with exercise. And I started with just 10 minutes of stretching and light exercise. It got the blood flowing and woke me up internally. And as I got more comfortable, I added a short jog or a quick workout, and the energy boost was incredible. And it helped me too. It was more awakening than a cup of coffee. And I also dedicated 10 minutes to reading something inspirational or educational. It could be a business book, an article, or even a motivational quote. This not only expanded my knowledge, but also set a positive tone for the day, kind of like an inspiration, right? And I finally spent a few minutes journaling. I wrote down my thoughts, my goals, and what I was grateful for. And this practice helped me stay focused and appreciative of the progress I was making. So it was life changing. So, how did this morning routine translate to business success? Let me share a few practical examples. With a clear and focused mind, I found that I could make decisions more effectively. And one morning after my routine, I had a meeting with a potential client. Normally, I might have been um, nervous, but I felt calm. I felt confident. I listened more attentively, asked the right questions, and I closed the deal. And that client turned into one of our biggest accounts. So I started sharing my morning routine with my team. At first, they were skeptical, just like I was, but I encouraged them to try it for a week, and the results were astonishing. Our team and the meetings became more productive, and the overall atmosphere in the office improved, and people were more engaged, more positive, more energetic, and more collaborative. And the personal growth I experienced was profound. I became more self aware, more disciplined, and more resilient because sometimes we do not prioritize our health. And when we want to achieve more, when we want to set ourselves to win, it must start with self discipline. It must, how can you manage a business or anything outside of yourself when you do not establish health goals? When you are not prioritizing your health, and if you are not organized, if you are not the leader of your own life, how can you manage other things or lead other people? This is important. We need to start with ourselves. And these qualities not only made me a better leader, but also inspired my team. They saw the changes that I went through, and they felt motivated to improve themselves because we all want more energy. We all want more joy. We all want more positive energy. Of course, it wasn't all smooth sailing. There were challenges along the way. One major challenge was consistency. It was easy to slip back into old habits, especially on tough days. But I reminded myself of why I started and how far I'd come. And gradually, the routine became second nature. And another challenge was skepticism, because not everyone believed in the power of a structured morning routine. I remember one of my colleagues saying, "You are waking up early to meditate and write? That's crazy." But I didn't let the naysayers deter me because it's so much easy to criticize. But people that criticize, they do not allow themselves to be open to new experiences. And life is all about experiences. What teaches us are not words, but experiences. We learn from life. And if we do not allow ourselves to do different, to think different, to have an open mind, we never experience anything different. And I stayed committed to my goals, and the results spoke for themselves. Now, I want to give you some practical tips to start your own morning mastery journey. Start small. Don't overwhelm yourself. Begin with just one or two practices and gradually add more as you get comfortable. I remember having a breakfast that was not so healthy. And one day I decided, let me do different today. And each day when I went to the kitchen, I was thinking about that breakfast. Today, I'm going to do another healthy breakfast. And each and every day, I was inspiring myself to eat something healthy in the morning. And my friends, consistency is key. Do try to stick to your routine every day, even on weekends. Adjust to your lifestyle. Customize the routine to fit your schedule and your preferences, but stay committed. The goal is to find what works best for you and focus on the benefits and the progress you are making. Celebrate. Yes, today I did it. Today I didn't distract myself. Today I didn't allow my emotions to run my day. Because all we want is to stay focused on the person we want to become, right? And celebrate small wins along the way. Now, I would love to hear from you. How many of you are willing to give a structured morning routine a try? Type 3 if you are in, and 4 if you are not sure yet. Please write on the chat. I would love to hear from you. Who is willing to give a structured morning routine a try? 3 if you are in, 4 if you are not sure yet. Let me know in the chat. Let me see your answers. Perfect. And for those of you who are in, I challenge you to try it for a week. And for those who are not sure yet, start with just one practice. One practice. You might be surprised by the impact. And adopting a structured morning routine was a pivotal moment in my life. Really, it was. It transformed me from a struggling CEO to a successful leader. It improved my business, my relationships, my overall well being. If I can do it, so can you. And remember, the key to success is not just about working harder, but also working smarter. And it all starts with how you begin your day. So I encourage you to give a purposeful morning a try. Embrace the power of intentional habits and watch how it transforms your life. Because life is all about results. And if you see in your mind the person you want to become, in terms of energy, in terms of resilience, in terms of persistence, in terms of discipline, act as if you are already that person. Act. And it's a pleasure to be here today with all of you and share a story of my transformation from an ordinary person to a successful entrepreneur. So it's all about discipline. And how many of you believe that wealth and success are reserved for those born into privilege? Type in the chat one in the chat if you do. Right. How many of you believe that wealth and success are reserved for those born into privilege? Let me know. I used to think that way. I was raised thinking that way. I had old stories, old beliefs that I had to delete. I grew up in a middle class family where money was not a struggle, but I was taught that if a wealthy life is for wealthy people that were born in wealthy families. So you should not aspire for more. You need to aspire for a job. No, don't think about having your own company, your own business because it's too risky. No, don't buy stocks because it's too risky. You need to learn different. You need to understand that there is more in life for you. And you need to question old stories, old beliefs. Look around you. See how successful people that came from humble beginnings also achieved wealth. And it's interesting when Minnie joined the room and Minnie starts talking about Forbes magazine and people that came from humble beginnings and achieved wealth. What keeps us from doing the same, right? And as a kid, I had big dreams, but no idea how to achieve them. I was the master of procrastination, disorganization, lack of productivity. How many of you can relate to that, right? And the light bulb moment was discovering the power of change. So let me take you back to a moment that changed my life forever. I was in my early 20s, drifting through life without purpose or direction. I was working, I was studying, I had just stumbled my way through um, a job that I was successful, but I didn't felt that realization. I was tired of feeling stuck. I wanted more out of life, but I didn't know where to start. And the most important thing, I didn't believe it was possible for me to experience a different kind of life. Because people all the time, it was like a curriculum. You study, you go to college, you have your post graduation, and then you find a job. And keep that job until you retire, because if you change job, it's because you are not a good person. It's because you are not able, you are not responsible. So don't change jobs. Keep the same job until you retire, right? Oh my God, what type of stories do we believe, right? And now here's the thing about change. It doesn't happen overnight. It requires learning. It requires critical thinking. It requires dedication, persistence, and a lot of trial and error. And for me, the journey was filled with setbacks, moments of self-doubt, and one day I received a phone call. Someone was calling me, asking me if I wanted to be invited for a CEO role of country third largest company. And I was walking on my lunch during my lunchtime, and I said yes, and I accepted. And we had an interview, and at the end, I was invited for the role. But I was thinking all the time, well, I am changing from technological job to a service industry. What do I know? How can I add value? I was all the time questioning myself. And suddenly, I came to a conclusion. Whatever you believe, you can achieve. And it starts with a decision, with a belief. Because all the things you need to learn, you learn along the way. You learn by doing. You learn by investing. So my journey of self development was continuous. Even today, I'm still studying the areas that I love, the areas that I want to develop, the areas that I think they're going to help me with my goals. And one of the key secrets to my transformation was also surrounding myself with the right people. I sought out mentors who had achieved what I wanted to achieve. I learned from their successes, their failures, and they guided me through the ups and downs of entrepreneurship. So, how many of you have mentors or role models who have inspired you? Type 5 in the chat if you do. If you have a role model, who is your role model? Because you need to choose someone that has been there, done that, that has results, that has success, that experienced success. Because I remember when I was in college, I look at my professors, and yes, They were good academic. They knew a lot of things, but what were the results in their lives? Fear took charge of their lives. So they didn't, I don't like to use the word try, but they didn't commit themselves to transform their lives. So, how can someone who starts with nothing, no wealth, no clear goals, and little productivity change their life so drastically, dramatically? I want to share with you a few steps that worked for me and can work for you too. So, start small and build momentum. Whether it's waking up earlier, reading more, or learning a new skill, setting achievable goals is the first step towards success. Start your day with intention. Take action. Don't just dream, do. Sometimes we think it's not the right time. I'm not prepared yet. I need to study a little bit more. You are losing time. Sometimes when you start doing, it's the right time to do it because you learn along the way. Break down your goals into actionable steps and commit to taking consistent action every day, each and every day. And if you fail, failure is not the end. It's a learning process, it's a stepping stone to success. Learn from your mistakes. Laugh. I laugh about my mistakes. I know that my mistakes are to, I need to laugh about my mistakes because when I laugh about my mistakes, I understand that I have the power to become more, to do different, adjust the course, and keep moving forward. So seek mentorship. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, challenge you to grow. Learn from their experiences and let their wisdom guide you. And Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is success. So stay focused on your goals, stay resilient in the face of challenges, and never, never lose sight of your vision. It's your life. You have the power to change. My journey from a normal life to success was not a straight path. It was messy, it was challenging, and often filled with uncertainty. Because if you don't know how to do it different, you will find yourself doing the same old things. And as Albert Einstein said, the definition of insanity is when you want to achieve different results, but you keep doing the same old things. So, what are the things in your life that you know you can change? That you know you can change today? And through perseverance, through education, and the support of a team. That's why I invite you to join the mastermind group because a team of people that are all really excelling to achieve success is the best place to grow. And I was able to transform myself in ways I never thought it was possible since I joined our mindset, since I started listening to Minnie Fernandez. So, how many of you are ready to take first step towards your own transformation? How many of you are ready to have that leap of faith, that first step towards your own success? Type 6 in the chat. I want to know if you are committed to do it. And remember, the power to change your life lies within you. Embrace it, pursue it relentlessly, and watch as your dreams become your reality. It's all about what you believe, it's all about how you see yourself and your success. And remember, success is your duty. And embrace change. Don't be afraid of change. Do not resist, because change and persistence are keys on your journey to success. And money is one of the things that most of us were taught not to think about. Or some of us were taught that money is evil, is the root of all evil, right? That money is for the wealthy ones, the ones that are not good people, right? And we hold stories, old stories about money that are not true. Because if you have money, you have a louder voice. You can impact decisions. You can empower people. You can educate others. And money allows you to help your community. And when we think about, um, imagine a story that it reminds me one chilly Monday morning. And like many of you, I was sitting in traffic dreaming of a better life. But unlike most days, this particular morning, my car really decided that it's had enough. So it shudders, sputters, and then in a dramatic display of automotive rebellion, it just stops. Now, if you've ever been stuck on the side of the road with smoke billowing from your hood and sinking feeling in your stomach, you know exactly how I felt. It was the perfect storm for, you know, frustration and inconvenience. But here's the kicker: I'm standing there, pondering the meaning of life and cursing my luck. Sleek black limousine pulls up beside me. Out steps a man in a suit so sharp it could cut glass. And he takes one look at my sorry state and chuckles. Now, at this point, I'm thinking this guy is either here to offer me a ride or to rub salt in my wound. So, turns out it was neither. He introduces himself as a person that was um, going that direction for a meeting. And he starts asking me questions about my job, my goals, and most importantly, gave me a ride to my destination. And we started talking about money. And at first, I'm defensive. I mean, who likes being grilled about their finances by a stranger on the side of the road? But as he talks, something clicks. And I thought about that expression: show me the money, right? Not just a catchy phrase from Tom Cruise movie, but as a mindset, a way of life. And he explains that making money is one thing, but understanding it, managing it, and making it work for us, that's where the magic happens. And it's about becoming a master of finances rather than letting them master us. Now, I want you to think about your own relationship with money. How often do you think about it? Do you have a plan for it? Or does it feel like money has a plan for you? Take a moment to reflect and drop your thoughts in the chat. Let's see where everyone stands. Because it's interesting to understand that our old stories, our old beliefs are about money, right? You see, my encounter with this gentleman wasn't just about fixing my car. It was a wake up call. It made me realize that if I wanted a different outcome, I needed a different approach. And that's the beauty of show me the money mindset. It's not just about making more money, though that's certainly part of it, but it's about taking control of your financial destiny. So, let me share a practical example with you. Think about the last time you made a big purchase, maybe a car, a house, or even a fancy new gadget. Did you just swipe your card and hope for the best? Or did you crunch the numbers, weigh your options, and negotiate like a pro? My friends, that's the difference that I'm talking about. That's the difference between letting money slip through our fingers and making it work for us. Take a moment to think about a recent financial decision that you made. How did you approach it? Did you feel confident in your choices, or was there room for improvement? Let me know in the chat. I'm curious to hear about your experiences. Let me know, did you feel confident in your choices, or there was room for improvement? Now, I'm not saying that mastering money is easy. Believe me, I've had my fair share of setbacks and slip ups along the way, but each stumble taught me something valuable. It taught me resilience, resourcefulness, and the importance of having a solid financial game plan. And sometimes when we spend, we say, oh, I deserve that. I worked so much, I deserve that. But you are not prioritizing your life, your future. Because whenever you spend, you are really trading life because your money is your life. You earned it. Hours of your life you trade for money. So be wise with your money. Be wise when you decide to spend it, right? Imagine you are planning a road trip. Would you just jump in the car and start driving, hoping you reach your destination eventually? Probably not, unless spontaneous adventure is your thing. But you'd likely plot your route, check the weather, maybe even pack some snacks for the journey. Well, your financial journey deserves the same level of attention and preparation. And there's a book. It's called Miracle Morning Millionaires. And the authors emphasize the power of starting your day with intention and purpose. They call it the Miracle Morning Routine, where you dedicate time each morning to personal development, including your financial goals. It's about setting the tone for the day and ultimately for your life. So I challenge you to ask yourself, what's your financial morning routine like? Are you starting your day with purpose, clarity, or are you hitting the snooze button on your financial future? Let's do a quick poll. How many of you have a morning routine that includes dedicated time for financial planning or goal setting? Type a number in the chat, 1 for yes, 2 for no. How many of you have a morning routine that includes dedicated time for financial planning or goal setting? If you are not working on it, it's okay. It's just today is a mental gym. It's for you to see where you're at, right? Well, let me share one last nugget of wisdom from my encounter with that gentleman. He told me that wealth isn't just about how much money you have, it's about the choices it allows you to make. It's about freedom, it's about security, it's about the ability to live life on your own terms. And isn't that what we are all striving for, right? Our success is a priority. So as you go forth from this talk, remember this. Whether you are stuck on the side of the road or sailing smoothly down the highway of life, your attitude towards money matters. Your attitude towards money will define your future. Are you prioritizing saving or are you prioritizing spending? It's so important. Embrace the show me the money mindset. Educate yourself, take control of your finances, and make every dollar count. Because when you do, who knows? You just might find yourself in the driver's seat of a life beyond your wildest dreams. And it's so important to dive deep into the art of self leadership. So, this is a true story that involves a little bit of um, determination, dash, and of and a whole lot of self-discovery. Picture this: it's a bright and sunny day, and I'm at a leadership seminar. Now, I like to think of myself as a reasonably confident person, but put me in a room full of high achievers, and suddenly my confidence takes a nosedive. And it's like my inner voice goes from motivational speaker to stand up comedian cracking jokes at my expense. So there I am trying to network and make a good impression. And when I spot the keynote speaker, the epitome of confidence and charisma, so is effortlessly charming the crowd, dropping wisdom bombs. Um, Meanwhile, I'm contemplating whether I should pretend to be deeply engrossed in my phone or attend a graceful exit. But just as I'm about to sneak out unnoticed, um, it was interesting. I stumbled over a chair and some papers just fell on the floor. um, and a lot of some people were sympathetic and helped me. And so it was interesting as I gathered myself and tried to salvage what's left of that situation. The keynote speaker approached me with a smile that's equal parts genuine and mischievous, and he introduces himself and he says something that changes my perspective forever. It tells me that leadership isn't just about commanding a room or giving flawless presentations. It's about how you lead yourself in moments of adversity, embarrassment, and even plain old clumsiness. Now, I want you to think about a time when you felt out of your depth. Maybe it was at work, in a social setting, or even just navigating a new challenge in life. How did you handle it? Because the thing is, we should not allow external circumstances, other people, to threaten our strength, the value we are about to deliver. So, how do we handle this kind of situations when we are about to give the best of ourselves and then we start doubting? Who is the leader in the story? Who is the winner? So, did you rise to the occasion like a boss, or did you let self doubt take the wheel? Right? Let's see how we see ourselves in these situations. And the concept of self leadership is the foundation for all other forms of achievements, of leadership. It's about taking ownership of our thoughts, taking ownership of our emotions, and taking action in a way that empowers us to achieve our goals and inspire others to do the same. So it's about being the CEO of your own life, making decisions that align with your values and taking responsibility for your successes, your failures, and continually striving to grow and improve. So, let me share with you a practical example. Think about a goal you've set for yourself recently. Maybe it's a career milestone, a fitness target, or a personal development object. How are you leading yourself towards that goal? Are you taking consistent action? Staying resilient in the face of setbacks? Maintaining a positive mindset? Or have you letting distraction, doubt, and excuses derail your progress? So take a moment to reflect on your journey towards that goal. On a scale of 1 to 5, how would you rate your self leadership in pursuing your goals? Drop your number in the chat. I'm curious to hear where everyone stands. On a scale of 1 to 5, how would you rate your self leadership skills in pursuing it? You see, self leadership isn't just a buzzword, it's a mindset that can transform how you approach every aspect of your life. It's about fostering the self awareness to understand your strengths and weaknesses. It's about practicing self regulation to stay focused, to stay disciplined, and cultivating a growth mindset that sees challenges and opportunities for learning and growth. And in that book, Miracle Morning Millionaires, it delves deep into the importance of self leadership. Self leadership is like a cornerstone of success. It emphasizes the power of taking charge of your thoughts, your actions, each and every day, starting with a morning routine that sets the tone for productivity, positivity, and purpose. So, how many of you currently have a morning routine that includes elements of self leadership, such as mindfulness practices, goal setting, personal development activities? It's so important. We need to prioritize ourselves. Let's see how many morning champions we have in the room today. Now, back to our story. As I continued to speak with the keynote speaker, he shared a simple yet profound truth. He said, self leadership isn't about being perfect, it's about being resilient. It's about bouncing back from setbacks, learning from failures, and using every experience, every embarrassing or otherwise as a stepping stone towards personal and professional growth. So think about the last time you faced a setback or encountered a challenge that tested your resolve. How did you respond? Did you let it derail you, or did you use it as an opportunity to learn and grow stronger? It's so important to think about that. Your responses are shaping your understanding of resilience and self leadership today. And as I reflect on that pivotal moment at the seminar, I realized that stumbling over that chair wasn't just a clumsy mishap, it was a lesson in humility and resilience. And it taught me that true leadership starts from within, and it's not about how gracefully you navigate the smooth waters, but how resiliently you steer through the storms. So, as you embark on your own journey of self leadership, remember this: embrace your quirks, learn from your stumbles, and lead yourself with the same compassion and the same courage you would offer to others. Because when you master the art of leading yourself, you pave the way for limitless possibilities and inspire those around you to do the same. So, in this on this adventure into the heart of self leadership, let's go out there and lead ourselves towards greatness, because it's so important to understand that we need to navigate ourselves on a journey filled with laughter and joy, because life is all about becoming. We need to inspire ourselves to explore the world, but explore ourselves. And it's interesting when we think that we can't do it, when we think that we're not enough, but we have it all. We already have it all. We sometimes think that life and challenges are so daunting that we don't feel enough courage, enough confidence to achieve it. But we need to pay attention to our self talk. Unwavering focus isn't about doing more things at once. It's about doing one thing at a time with absolute clarity and intention. It's about prioritizing what truly matters and channeling all our energy into achieving it. And we can't spread butter on a toast while editing a report and expect both to turn out perfectly. Focus is the key. And when I think about a time when I felt overwhelmed by the sheer volume of tasks, I want to ask you also, how think about a time that you also felt overwhelmed with your tasks. How did you prioritize? Did you tackle each task with focused determination, or did you find yourself drowning in a sea of distractions? Because um, let's see where everyone's focus levels stand. It's important to understand that wavering focus isn't just a skill, it's a habit that can be cultivated through consistent practice and mindset shifts. So, I suggest you to read the book Miracle Morning Millionaires, because it delves deep into the strategies and mindsets of highly focused individuals who achieved extraordinary success by mastering their ability to concentrate on what truly matters. And let me share a practical example with you. Think about a goal or project you're currently working on. Maybe it's a career milestone, a fitness goal, or a creative endeavor. How are you maintaining unwavering focus on that goal amidst the distractions of daily life? Are you setting clear priorities? Are you eliminating time wasters? Are you disciplined with your time, your energy? Take a moment to reflect on that. Your responses will shed light on your collective journey towards mastering focus. So, you see, unwavering focus isn't just about avoiding distractions, it's about understanding your priorities, setting boundaries, harnessing your mental energy to achieve remarkable results. It's about saying no to the trivial many so you can say yes to the essential few. And let's do a quick poll. How many of you have a strategy or ritual for maintaining focus during your work or personal projects? Type 1 for yes and 2 for no. And three, if you are not, if you are still figuring it out, let's uncover the focus strategies of our virtual audience today, right? So, how many of you have a strategy or a ritual for maintaining focus during your work or personal projects? You become much more productive if you are able to do it, right? And it's interesting to understand that unwavering focus isn't just about what you do, it's about who you become in the process. It's about developing the resilience to bounce back from setbacks, the discipline to stay committed to your goals, and the clarity to see beyond the distractions that threaten to derail us. And think about the last time you faced a setback or encountered a distraction that tested your focus. How did you respond? Did you let it knock you off course? Or did you use it as an opportunity to sharpen your focus and strengthen your resolve? Your experiences are really um, shaping the way you see your productive life. And as I reflect on my chaotic Monday morning, I realized that losing focus wasn't just a momentary lapse, it was a wake up call. It taught me the importance of prioritizing what really matters, eliminating distractions, and channeling my energy towards what really was meaningful for me. So, as you embark on your own journey of unwavering focus, remember this: clarity precedes mastery. Take the time to define your priorities, cultivate the habits that support your goals, and embrace the power of saying no to anything that doesn't align with your vision. Because when you harness the power of unwavering focus, you unlock the potential to achieve extraordinary results and live a life of purpose and fulfillment. So, life is an adventure into the heart of unwavering focus. Now, let's go out there and be laser focused and fight for our way towards greatness because we already have it inside of ourselves. We just need to believe and let it out. Bring the best of you out. Show the world who you are. Thank you all, my dear friends, for your presence. It was another amazing day. And now I would love to invite you all to join the stage on Clubhouse. I'm broadcasting live on my YouTube channel and on my LinkedIn channel. And I want to thank you for your presence. If you are on Clubhouse, raise your hand, join the stage. I would love to hear from you. For the ones that are listening to me on LinkedIn and YouTube, thank you for your presence and join me today at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard. Have a phenomenal day. Thank you.